Beth and I talk about how, where are the new rock stars? And there's no new good rock bands, and I think that Van Halen, Stone, Zeppelin, The Doors, Aerosmith, they're going to always be around and always be loved.
Well, there are, you know, you mentioned there's all the cutting-edge bands, too, of that era and what we did. You know, Chad Kroger's a good buddy of mine from Nickelback, and the last time they were in L.A., I took my daughter Alicia to go see them because she's a big fan of theirs, and I remember Chad telling me, you know, we were backstage before the show, and they go, oh, you gotta make sure you stick around to the end because they're big into like fire and all this stuff, and I'm thinking, God, man, we used to do that shit back then, you know, whatever, and it's like they're the way you talk about it, like, so you see the end, you know, and after the show, I told him, I said, you know what, that was actually the last show that I went to that was actually a rock concert. I mean, and they were good. They were really good. And I stood at the side of the stage, and I remember, man, it's like they're blowing this fire, and I'm like, man, all hot on the side of the stage, and I'm going, okay, and one look at the fans and go, okay, this is a rock show. Yeah. But, you know, there's not a lot of that out there anymore, you know. You know, there's a couple bands like Alter Bridge, you know. I know those guys pretty well, and he's great. Their new singer, Miles, that guy's phenomenal. But it's weird because back when we were like really big, a band like that then, they would have been a much bigger band. Yeah. I think they would have played much bigger places. And in fact, on the 2004 tour, when we were looking for an opening act at a certain point, I brought their name up. I said, hey, we should get Alter Bridge to open up for us. And at that point, they were like, well, no, we don't want to do that. We want to go out and you know, headline our own stuff. But you know, a band like that would have been, I think, much bigger back when we were really, you know, back in the like 84 or whatever.
Right. Are there any favorite CDs yours that are out now by any band?
Yeah, not really. I listen to all the old stuff. I pull out all my old Zepp, you know. I'll watch listen to the, you know, How the West Was Won and all that stuff, the live stuff. And actually, before Sam and I went out and toured last year, I was watching all the Zepp videos to get all psyched up for the tour, you know, all that old stuff. But besides like Alter Bridge or Nickelback, or you know, and you know, there's a lot of other bands out there that do some decent stuff, you know. But
seems like the younger kids now are more fickle, and they're not really as into a certain band as like we were in the.
Well, now you have iTunes and all that stuff. Yeah. Now you download one song from this band, a couple songs from that band, and you know, it's the whole thing's different. I mean, with record companies, you know, the way they took Van Halen and said, hey, we're going to make you guys really big in a few years. Off the bat, they're like, okay, where's the next band that can, you know, buy us a summer home or make us some more money? So that's a pretty sad state as far as that goes.
How proud are you? How does it feel to be in one of the greatest rock and roll bands that will ever be?
You know, I really don't think about it. In fact, it's kind of funny because I don't even think about, you know, I'm in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and I don't even think about it. I mean, I remember Sammy saying the other day I was talking to him because they were talking about doing a corporate gig or whatever, and he's all, yeah, you know, we're going to make this much money because, you know, hey, I'm in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, man. You know, and I thought, wow, yeah, you know, we're like legends, I guess. I don't know, in our own mind, I don't know, but I don't think about it. The only time I actually might think about it is if a fan comes up to me and like, you know,
you're reminded,
then I'm reminded, but. Other than that, I'm just happy to still be doing it, and I have a lot of fun doing it. And you know, like I said before, now I got my family involved, and you know, and I try to bring them wherever I can, you know, to have them be a part of it now, so my daughters can at least live part of what, you know, what I've done. And but other than that, I don't, you know.
That's what
I'm a musician. I don't think of myself as a rock star, you know.
I just want to say that the Van Halen fans, they really like you, Mike. They really love you.
Well, you know what?
And okay, when you think about who's in Van Halen, everyone's so huge. I mean, you got Sammy and Dave are two of the biggest rock and roll singers ever. You love them or hate them, and they're right up there with all the best rock and roll singers. Then you got Eddie Van Halen. Okay, he's either the best or second best or maybe third best guitarist, depending on who you talk to. And Alex is so talented and such a great drummer. And then you would think that, okay, well, probably the bass player then would be lost in the shadows of these huge, huge guys. But so not, because the fans, I mean, we've got 400.
Well, glad that they feel that way, and I'm you know, I love the fans, you know, and they all know that, and I'm really proud.
Fans connect with you maybe more than Sammy or Dave or Eddie or Al. I don't know, I think there's something about you.
Well, you know, on one hand, you got, you know, I don't, you know, not necessarily write the music or whatever, but I think it's just my whole philosophy of, wait, maybe Viv Savage from Spinal Tap sums it up the best. Have a good time all the time. No, but, you know, I think just my outlook on the whole thing in general, though, is like, man, I'm very fortunate every day. I feel very fortunate for what I have and been able to attain through doing something that I love. And I got, to myself, I thank the fans every day, and I don't take any of that for granted, you know, at all. And I was getting to a point here, but now I kind of spaced. Hey, we're in Cabo, you know.
Right.
I'm working off a good night last night, but no, I mean, I do feel very fortunate in the fans, and it's great that they think of me like that, because I just think of myself as a regular guy who plays bass and who feels very fortunate to have been able to do what I do. You know?
I think they like it because they do sense and see that you are a regular guy.
Yeah.
You don't have a huge ego. You're just like all of us, you know, and I think they like, they can relate to that.
No drama, no stress. Let's just go out and have fun, and you know, and have a great time doing something we love doing. But anyway, good talking to you, Jeff.
Yeah,
it's always
too.
nice to see you guys.
The end of the interview?
Yeah, the end of the interview. Part 1 for all of you who feel that your questions weren't answered.
Yeah, all right. I want to thank Michael Anthony for sharing this time with us. It was a fun time, and this is. I'm Jeff Hausman for the Van Halen News Desk in Van Halen Store.
Hey, and I'm Michael Anthony, ex-Van Halen band member and current Chickenfoot member.
Well, you're always a member of Van Halen, and everybody.
Okay, I appreciate that. And I just want to tell the fans, I can't thank the fans enough, and I'm going to look through these questions and stuff that people. If I see something in there that I want to, feel like I should respond to, maybe we'll add it in.
Okay.
Or whatever, but. I tell you, that's what keeps me going with the fans, you know.